wait for Tosaka by the front gate. The sky is gray, and it looks like it'll rain any minute now. There's a chill wind, so it'll be a cold night if it rains. What are you thinking about? Then, Tosaka is in front of me when I notice. She must have ran here, as her shoulders are moving up and down. Nothing. I just thought it might rain. Oh, the weather? I guess it'll just be a drizzle. We have to go on patrol all night, so it'll be a pain if it rains too much. It seems Tosaka has already made plans for us to go patrol tomorrow. I don't mind, but I like to go by my house and check on Sakura before that. Tosaka, about that. I know. I'll train you as your cooperator, so prepare yourself. I'll make you a proper Magus. With those confident words, Tosaka sets off down the hill. Crap. I can't bring up the subject of going home immediately if she smiles like that. We make the long walk up the hill south of the intersection. This residential area is filled with Western-style houses. Tosaka's house is at the top of this hill, past Sakura's. Wow. So this is Tosaka's place. Sakura's house is bigger, but this house feels more like a Western mansion. And it somehow feels cold. There's been an air that seems to reject anyone nearing this place ever since we finished climbing up the hill. Why did you stop? This is my house. Yeah, I know. I was just coerced. Yeah, my house is different from yours. It's just that even someone who's ignorant of magical energy like you can feel the coldness of this house. Tosaka goes into her room, speaking in bored tones. Hey, come on. I don't have any traps set up, so you don't need to hesitate. She beckons me from the entrance. No, it's not because of the atmosphere that I'm hesitating. Muttering to myself, I gather my composure and go in. This place certainly does have a cold atmosphere, but that's nothing. She has no idea what a big deal it is for a guy to come over to Tosaka Rin's house. Well, I'm sure she won't understand even if I explain it to her. If I'm lucky, she'll just laugh. Wait, why are you in your room and not the living room? With an utter lack of concern, she shows me through the living room and into her bedroom. It's because this place has more instruments ready. The living room is where you have tea, but we didn't come here to drink tea, right? Oh, you're right, but I wish you'd think of me as a boy her age. Just sit down wherever. I'll be using sage and cards to consecrate you, but tell me now if you don't like it either. Tosaka opens the box by her bed. It looks like a treasure chest from an adventure movie. Kishter's gate is useless for this. Oh, I'm out of sage. Can you bring us some up from downstairs, Archer? Scarlet sage, right? Well, I don't think you'll need to go that far to distinguish this man. I'll do whatever I please. You can rest downstairs after that. We have a pact, so you don't need to protect me. You're right. I doubt he has the nerve to betray you. I shall get ready for tonight. That must be Archer. His presence must be thin when in spirit form. I don't feel much magical energy from him. I'm surprised. I didn't even notice he was in the room. That's how he is if he's in spirit form. Even if he takes form, his magical energy won't leak outside as long as he's in this house. It's elementary for a workshop to shut in the magical energy. Oh, so is it the same for the Makiri? No, Mato's place? Yes, but the place needs no need to hide magical energy anymore. If they're hiding magical energy, it'll be energy leaking out from the Magus himself, and not from the house. Well, either way, it takes nothing to hide magical energy. I'd take Archer to school with me too, but I'm resting him during the day since he's not up to par. Tosaka rummages through the treasure chest with a difficult expression. It seems she can't find what she wants. Is she the kind of person that never keeps anything in order? Really, why wasn't the wound he received from Saber heal when all the other wounds can be healed easily? I'm sure they had some connection. Jeez. Why am I finding my master's jewels now? I can never find them when I want them, damn it. She leans forward and keeps fumbling around. That chest looks small, but it seems big enough to be able to fit Tosaka inside. Man, there's nothing to prepare for. All I can do is pray that she'll find the thing she wants, or just look around her room aimlessly. Then, I see something. It's a photo. A bookshelf that's about waist high is at the corner of the room. On it is a photo that looks to have been forgotten. Dust falls off when I pick it up, and I can tell it's been left alone for a long time. It's not that she never cleans, just this picture is undisturbed. Does Tosaka not like seeing herself as a kid? No, if that were all, she could just put it away. Maybe it's important to her, but she doesn't want to touch it. But people sure can change. Tosaka looks like she's 5 or 6 years old, and she's really cute in the picture. She had long black hair back then too, huh? The girl in the picture looks just like she is now, except younger. That's why I noticed one thing that's different. Thanks for waiting. I'm all ready now. There will be a little pain, but it's nothing you should be worried about. Huh? What's going on, Emi-kun? Oh, this Tosaka. I show her the picture I found. Oh, that's an old photo. I just put that in the corner, but is something wrong with it? There's nothing wrong, but it's nothing much, so I hesitate. It's nothing I need to ask about, but it just caught my attention. Oh, I see. You want to say I have a different ribbon on, right? I nod. That's natural. I'm a girl, so I have lots of ribbons. Even if it's my favorite, do you think I'd keep the same ribbon for over 10 years? Oh. She's right now that she's mentioned it. It's just an ordinary ribbon. Why was I so concerned about it? I'm kidding. That's what I want to say, but ribbons are special. It's the last resort for female magi. It's an appropriate magical item, so there aren't many substitutes for it. Wow. Then is that ribbon some sort of magical item? Yeah. Holding the hair in place means holding the magical energy in place. My family doesn't have mystic eyes, so we have to keep our reserved magical energy from our hair. It's something that controls your body, so it's best if you make it yourself, right? That's the first ribbon I had. It was my favorite, but I parted with it for various reasons. Well, let's stop with the idle talk. I'm starting the consecration, so sit down in that chair. Tosaka's analysis ends rather quickly. She lit an incense, did something like tarot fortune telling, and asked me a few personality assessment-like questions. And Tosaka says, "You don't correspond to anything. Further testing would be useless." And quickly gives up diagnosing my magic circuit. Hey, does that mean you can't tell? Excuse me, I found out you're not related to the 5 elements. Any more consecration is out of my expertise, so it's useless to keep going. I'll just see what magic you can use and figure it out from there. That's how it is according to her. I run through the strengthening magic using the clay she's prepared. It's called an ether cluster, and it's a strange object that returns to its original form, no matter what happens to it. It's a good conductor of magical energy. I strengthen it so easily that I'm afraid it won't recover, but it's like Shinichi, so don't worry about it. It restores its original state in a day, even if you bundle it with strong magical energy. P.S. I don't know what Shiniku is. She says something like that. Shiniku, by the way, is meat that never goes away, no matter how much of it you eat. Oh, there you go. Anyway, I keep repeating the strengthening magic on the clay. I can't fail in front of Tosaka, but I only succeed 2 out of 10 times. Activating my magic circuit, which was easy when I had Saber, took a lot of time and effort. Tosaka asked me a few questions while I cast the strengthening magic. Whether I'm self-taught, whether I can use any other spells, how Kiritsugu taught me, and what I have the easiest time imagining. So, Tosaka's expression darkens further with each answer I give, and by the end she's shut up entirely. I don't know what she's angry about, but it's really awkward to be here if she makes a face like that. Tosaka, I know it's only a matter of course, but are you regretting cooperating with me because I'm such an amateur? Yeah, I do regret that you're an amateur, but in your case, you were taught wrong. Or should I say I'm surprised you're still alive with the way you're doing things. Hey, Tosaka? You lost me. Why is she there? Fine. I guess if I'm going to correct you, we'll have to start with the fundamentals. But let's go back to what we were talking about earlier. Is it true that the things you projected are still in your shed? Yeah. Things don't normally go away unless you break them, right? I told her I use projection as a breather in between strengthening magic. It seems Tosaka is particular about it and told me to use projection using the clay. She told me to make a vase. Everything started out smoothly, but in the end I still failed. For now, I'll teach you how to turn your switch on and off. It's faster than making an actual switch in your body. Stay over tonight. It's a drastic measure, so you have to stay in bed all night. What? You mean here? What's wrong? What's with that face? Don't worry, I'm not going to be performing surgery on you. You just drink some medicine. Well, you won't be able to move for a while because it's so strong. It's not that I don't like drastic measures. I look at the clock. It's almost 5. I didn't notice it. It's a cloudy day, but it's getting late. Tosaka is helping me as a fellow magus. It makes me happy and I'm grateful, but I'm worried about Sakura too. I should... No, I can't leave Sakura by herself. I'm worried about Sakura. I feel bad, but I should clearly tell her. Tosaka, would you mind doing that at my house? At your house? Yes, Sakura's lying sick in my house, so I want to go check on her. I won't be able to rest easily while I'm lying in bed, unless I'm sure she's alright. Crap, that's right. She's astonished. It's only natural. Anyone would get mad if someone asked to cooperate, but told them today is a bad day to train. You idiot! I wouldn't have kept you here so long if you told me earlier. Huh? She stands up as soon as she yells at me, then crosses the room and puts on her coat. Let's go. We've done everything that has to be done here, and we can do the rest at your place. We'll continue as soon as you're done with nursing Sakura, so let's hurry. Okay, that'll help me out. I'll tell you now since I don't want to have to keep remembering this. Your nature is in projection, not strengthening. I don't know where you made your mistake or what your misunderstanding is, but you're a magus that belongs on the side that creates. Tosaka walks off the hallway. I tilt my head in wonder, but I follow Tosaka and leave the Tosaka household. The second hand on the clock ticks loudly, causing her to look up. It's past 4 o'clock. School is already over, and he should be home by now, even if he went to the shopping district. I wonder what's going on. Senpai sure is late. She leans on the wall and murmurs absent-mindedly. Huh? She feels heavy and dizzy. She's surprised at how quiet her voice is. The second hand is annoyingly loud, but her words are almost inaudible. Only simple sounds echo in her ears. The monotonous ticking of the clock, and the painful thumping of her heart. The two sounds enter her brain even as she covers her ears, and her dizziness gets worse. That's strange. I'm really not sick anymore. That's why she sent this homekeeper home. She was down to her normal temperature when she checked it, and she was able to cook her own lunch. She was just fine after lunch, and she waited eagerly for his return. It's hot. But her whole body is hot now. The heat source isn't her, so it must be something else. Between her blood vessels, between her muscles, where there are no spaces. Something that's not her is in there, turning like a car engine. Her fever is so high that it makes her imagine such a thing, and the abnormality is unprecedented. The sensation is strange and unpleasant. She isn't the only one that's in pain. It's shared by the things in her body, crawling through her blood vessels and nerves. To speak figuratively, it's like puppies looking for the exit to a can filled with meat. The heat source, the things within her, are trying their best to fulfill their role. Thinking about that makes them seem charming, and she cannot make herself hate the sensation. The clock's loud. She looks up at the clock absent-mindedly. It's 4:30. A bit longer. He should be back in half an hour. She has to calm down and suppress the things running around inside of her by then. It's fine. It's happened many times before. Yes, she is used to these symptoms. She has experienced them many times since she was a child and was taught how to suppress them. She tells herself that it will be no trouble this time either, but her fever does not go down, and the things within her keep speeding up. No, this is strange, senpai. Her body does not calm down. She has never been able to. What's missing, what she needs, and what has changed? She tries hard to think about these questions, but the ticking of the clock keeps distracting her. Huh? This sound. When she realizes the sound is not the clock, but a warning from the house itself. Oh, Emiya's not here. That's convenient. A familiar person enters, barefooted. Nii-san. Oh, what's wrong, Sakura? Emiya's not here and you're all by yourself in a place like this? Maybe I use Rider too much, like the old man said. He comes into the living room and walks over to the girl, leaning against the wall. She can't muster her strength. No, she had no will to move from the start. I came to pick you up, Sakura. The time for playing house is over. The one looking down at her has a fixed smile. Come on, let's go. I have to settle my match with Emiya. I'm sure you want to see him, so I thought I'd let you watch up close. The boy grabs her arm and hauls her to her feet. No, I don't want to. She tries to get away, but lacks the strength to do so. The man pulls her in, still feigning calm. Don't get so mad, Sakura. A little sister should listen to her big brother. No, it's not as you promised, Nii-san. You said you wouldn't do anything to Senpai. She protests with tears in her eyes. He continues to play the role of the kind brother, but that smile that doesn't reach his eyes twitches at the corner. She lets out a sob. I'm being kind. I have something I got from the old man, but I don't want to use something like that if I can help it. He pulls her by the arm towards the door. Don't worry, this is just how things are between guys. I'll keep my promise, and I don't mind if you come back here when we're through. But I need to punish the bad guy who left my little sister alone in this condition. He puts his mouth close to her ear and whispers in delight. She shuts her mouth. She knows better than anyone that her brother has never listened to others once he has made up his mind. That's right. You're a good girl, Sakura. Let's go ahead. It wouldn't do to wait here, and if we're going to play around, we have to invite him to my territory. Ryder, bring Sakura with me. Handing her over to the servant, he exits. Ryder. The girl raises her head. There stands a servant with long hair. I'm home. I raise my voice as I go into the house. Then, I feel something strange as soon as I enter. The hallway, Emiya-kun. She doesn't even need to tell me. There are footprints on the floor. The only shoes I see are Sakura's. The housekeepers aren't there, and the house is dead silent. I go into the guest room. It's empty. A strange feeling turns into an ominous conviction. I return to the living room. Sakura isn't there either. The footprints end here in the living room. Somebody came in here with his shoes on, did something in this room, and then went back outside. Look at the floor there. It's small, but there's a trace of blood. I know. Sakura was here. Yes, I know. Sakura was waiting for me alone in the living room, but is not here now. There are unfamiliar footprints in the hallway. That's all. It's more strange not to draw a conclusion. The answer is clear if I think about it just a bit. Calmly think, and I can tell what happened here. So why? Why is my head not working at all? Hey, Emi. I should have come home earlier. I should have thought about it more seriously. Didn't I have Sakura stay over for fear of just this situation? Mato Zoken said Sakura is unrelated. Why did I believe his words? There's no way she's unrelated when she's part of the Mato family. So why? Why did I believe such a convenient story? The phone rings. I nod at Tosaka and slowly pick up the receiver. Hello? Are you finally home, Emiya? It's Shinji. There's no mistake about it, and I knew this was what happened. What have you done with Sakura? Huh? I only went to pick her up. She's my sister, so I can't leave her at someone else's house forever. That's great. You're getting pissed. You're vexed that I took Sakura back. Tosaka must be able to hear Shinji's voice because she's leaning forward. I raise a hand to stop her and urge him to go on. Don't waste my time. Just tell me what your business is. You should know. Let's decide our match. You don't think that last fight was the end, do you? I do. You ran away. Everything was decided right then. It's not decided. That's the difference in our servants, not your power. I wouldn't have run away if Saber wasn't there. There's no way I'll lose if Saber doesn't come. If Saber doesn't come? I see. Ryder must not have told Shinji that Saber was eliminated. Oh, that must be why he forced Sakura to go with him. In short, this phone call is... What are you going to do with Sakura? What a disturbing thing to say. I'm not going to do anything to my precious sister. If you come by yourself to get her, that is. I stop Tosaka. If she interrupts now, the conversation will get worse. So you want me to fight you without Saber? Yeah, I'm glad you're perceptive when it counts. We'll fight at school. Come alone, okay? Ryder set up a boundary field over the school. I'll know right away if you bring Saber along. Though of course, I don't think you'd do something so cowardly in front of Sakura. I hear him snickering on the other end of the phone. I'll go right away. But just in case, I want to know one thing. Are you a master, or are you Sakura's brother? Is that a joke? I'm a master, and I'm Sakura's dependable brother. What about you, Emiya? Are you a master or just a coward? Alright, I'm going to fight you as a master. Yeah, if it ends up being a fight. I put the phone down. I start off right away. Hold on. Are you really going to go alone? That's what he wanted. We can talk later, Tosaka. That's my line. Shinji probably took Sakura because he wants to display his strength in front of her. You'll be killed if you go. I don't know if Shinji is aware of it now, but seeing you die will be unbearable for Sakura. We should wait and see, and come up with a plan. I know, but we can't waste time. I can still hear that laugh in my mind. I see. Would Shinji kill me in front of Sakura? I don't know, but that's highly possible. Hey, are you alright, Emiya-kun? You look calm, but don't tell me you've actually lost your cool. I've lost my cool? Is she asking me if I can only think about going to school and punching Shinji in the face? Oh, then, yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'm mad at myself for not saying anything because I thought it was a family matter. He's not Sakura's brother anymore. Such a guy took Sakura. I'm going to go take her back. Don't do anything, Tosaka. I go outside. The sky is dark and the sun's about to set. I bet it'll rain tonight. I have to come home with Sakura before that. Hold on. Didn't you join forces with me because you couldn't save people by yourself? I stop. Her words splash cold water onto my heated brain. I'm sorry, but Sakura's in danger. I know it's suicidal to go alone, but this is all I can do. I thought so, but I can't readily help you as long as Shinji has taken Sakura. But Emiya-kun, if you manage to get Sakura back from Shinji, I can do the rest. You'll take care of Shinji? No, I'm talking about Ryder. Servants are ones who fight other servants, right? I'll be hiding, so do anything you can to save Sakura. If you can manage that, I'll save you no matter what, even if you are about to die in the next second. Tosaka sounds like she's trying to convince herself. This is just going to increase the burden on her. I'm fully aware of that. I got Tosaka to help me, and now Tosaka's trying to fulfill our promise. That convinces me. I'll rely on Tosaka. In return, I'm going to get Sakura back. Alright, I'll leave the follow-up to you. Yeah, but that's under the condition that you'll still be alive to protect Sakura. Even Archer can't protect Sakura while fighting Ryder. It's meaningless to save Sakura at the cost of your life. The school building is deserted. Thanks to the series of comas, the school closed early. It's not even 6 o'clock, but there are no students or teachers to be seen. Can you tell where Shinji is, Tosaka? Knowing him, he's probably inside. I'm sure he's waiting in familiar territory on the upper floor. That can only be one place. Shinji is in the classroom on the 3rd floor. I'll go ahead. You come later, Tosaka. Okay, I'll go through the gate after 10 minutes. I didn't tell you, but a boundary field's set up here. I'll be found even if I hide my presence, so keep their attention so they don't notice me. I nod and start running. There's hot steel in my back. The magic circuit is already made. I tell myself my only weapon is meant to protect Sakura, not to harm my enemy. I stop. On the 3rd floor hallway, a black servant and Shinji holding a knife at Sakura. You... My mind explodes. My feet start to move again. Then the black servant blocks my way. Stop. My master will harm her if you take another step. I slide to an abrupt halt. My mouth hurts. I'm gritting my teeth so hard that they're screaming. Yo, just like I thought, you came flying over here. I knew you would come alone if I told you to. My cool brain boils up once again. My head shakes so much that I almost forget about the servant in front of me. What is that? Why is he doing such a thing? I'm the one Shinji hates, right? I would have come even if he hadn't resorted to this, but Sakura is Shinji's sister. An older brother should protect his younger sister. Family members should help each other out and laugh together. So why doesn't he understand? Something I couldn't protect. Why can't he understand how Sakura must feel to have her own brother holding a knife to her? Are you serious, Shinji? Of course. I'm using the last trump card because I'm serious. Why? Are you stupid even at a time like this? Before I know it, I'm running. I can't stop until I get Sakura away from Shinji. But she's in my way. Ryder is blocking my way, protecting Shinji. I do not understand. Why did you come here? In coming here, you showed you were willing to obey my master. If you had planned to fight, you should have not come alone. Ryder's right. I have to calm down. Since I obeyed Shinji, I have to think only about saving Sakura and not defeating Shinji. I take a deep breath and pull myself together. Shinji is enjoying my dismay with Sakura in his arms. Sakura hasn't raised her head since I arrived. She's not unconscious. She's standing unassisted. Her head is down because she doesn't want to raise it. Shinji, did you tell her about us? I glare at him, unable to hide my anger. Huh? Oh, I see. Yeah, don't worry, Emiya. Since you wouldn't tell her, I told her everything. I told her we're both masters and tried to kill each other. Did you want to hide that from her? Are you stupid? Of course she'd find out. She knew you were hiding something, but she couldn't ask you because she's just your underclassman. He presses the blade against Sakura's cheek. Sakura looks away, but grits her teeth so that she won't raise her face. Come on, don't be reserved and ask. Emiya won't hide anything now. See, it's your wish come true. She doesn't reply, with her head down. Why aren't you saying anything? Just ask him. Why don't you ask him what he thinks of you and if he hates you after finding out you're a dirty woman of Mato? Her figure looks like she's apologizing to me, and I can't contain myself anymore. It's fine now, right? I came here just like I promised. Let Sakura go. Huh? I didn't promise you anything. I gave you a command. I just said I wouldn't do anything to Sakura if you came alone. Don't glare so much, Emiya. I'm not a devil. I'm glad that you want to take back my sister. I'll meet your sincerity if you act accordingly. I can send Sakura home once we're done. I see. Is that a promise, Shinji? Yeah, I'll let Sakura go if you do as I say. This is a promise, I swear. Alright. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to get on my knees and beg? Nope. What's the fun in making a guy beg? I brought you here to fight. I told you we're settling our match. Ryder takes a step forward. There's no enmity or intent to kill. Ryder steps forward to obey her master. But it's boring to just fight, right? It's not fair since I'm not a magus, and so it's obvious that I'll win in a fight. So to be fair, I'll have her fight you. Fight Ryder empty-handed, huh? It's like telling me to die. I won't take your life. I told Ryder to go easy on you. Well, I'm sure you'll be a nuisance if you keep running around after today, so I'll have her break your limbs. Ryder is not holding her dagger. It seems she really is going to go easy on me. Isn't your job easy? You just have to stand there and get hit like a dumbass. Oh, but don't go down too soon, okay? If you faint before I'm satisfied, I'm leaving with Sakura. Ryder comes closer. 3 more steps, then I'll be within her reach. Don't resist, but don't go down easily. You're contradicting yourself. What do you want, Shinji? That's obvious, isn't it? I just want to beat the crap out of you. Ryder springs forward. I raise both my arms in preparation for her attack. At that instant, an impact that almost blows the bones away with it pierces my right arm. She aimed at my arm that was guarding my face. My arm is still attached, but it's numb and I don't feel anything. I lace my senses as fast as possible. I can't do anything barehanded. Unless I strengthen everything that can be strengthened, my limbs will be torn clean off. I have to turn my uniform into steel and turn my body into something even stronger, or the next attack will kill me. A tremor runs through my left arm. A blow like a bush hammer penetrates through my strengthened uniform and tries to break my left arm. Both my arms have been rendered useless in a mere second. No, they do move, but I don't feel them. I can't use my deadened arm to block her attacks. If she takes another shot at my head now, I'll be knocked out for sure. Ryder is merciless. She beats me relentlessly, just as Shinji ordered. Her movements remind me of a machine. I protect my face with arms that barely move. From the start, I can't perceive Ryder's attacks to block them accordingly. I have to concentrate on guarding my head so that I won't get knocked unconscious. What is Ryder thinking? Even though my arms are an easy target, she ignores them. She only hits my exposed chest and stomach. They are agonizing blows, but they aren't as strong as the attacks that numbed my arms. It's strange. With the strength Ryder showed up at the Ryudo Temple, a single blow should be able to be enough to tear me in half. Is she going easy like Shinji said? Well, she is going easy on me by not aiming at my face, but even with that in mind, something's not right. In short, her power is way too different. A servant's power is in direct proportion to the magical energy you can feel from them. Ryder was a strong servant back at the Ryudo Temple, but the Ryder before me now is the Ryder that was defeated at the park. I don't know what happened, but if that's the case, I still have a chance to outwit Shinji. I fall forward. Seemingly tired of using me like a punching bag, she steps forward and drives her fist into my stomach. It's like a stake gouging my abdomen. The attack is really effective. The bruises from last night are screaming with pain. Gastric juice fills my mouth and I almost fall down to my knees. What, is that it, Emiya? That's pitiful. You're in front of Sakura, so take it like a man. I fall forward. Ryder steps back and watches. Then, I grab Ryder's arm to force myself up. That's good, Emiya. You're as persistent as a rope. Yeah, you're hilarious. Ugh, that hurts. My head is spinning, even though she didn't hit me there. Oh well, this is a third-rate show. Even if we continue, it'll just be more of the same. I'm getting bored, so let's finish it off with an exciting knockout scene. The same? Are you stupid? What's the same about this? We're standing in a different position now. Haven't you noticed that I switched positions with Ryder when I pulled myself up using her arm? There are about 5 more meters. Your patience has run out. What? I raised my head. What did Ryder just say? Enough resting. Start the second round, Emiya. Ryder shakes off my hand. The black servant resumes her attacks with the artificiality of a machine. I'm being pushed back. To avoid finishing me off, Raider's attacks stay clear of my vital areas. My body is numb. I'm bruised everywhere I got hit, and I don't feel pain anymore. It's because the pain from within is worse than her attack. Raider has attacked me to destroy my body. Prepare yourself. The black servant closes the distance with an emotionless voice. And in that moment I am certain. This isn't part of Shinji's plan. Raider's decision not to go for my head, and that I can still move my body. It's not because Shinji ordered her to go easy on me, but... Alright, you don't have to hold back anymore. Kill him, Raider. Nissan, stop! Raider's hair flutters as she steps in. It hits me in the chest with her most powerful strike yet. I can't breathe. I don't feel the ground anymore. Her attack almost blows me unconscious, even though I knew it was coming. I hear her scream and a delighted laugh as I fly through the air. Sakura's voice is close. I fall. Under normal circumstances, I would have hit the floor and died. The impact of the fall doesn't matter. It's an attack strong enough to blow a human away. It wouldn't be surprising if the strike blew a hole in my chest. But I'm alive. Anyone can jump back if the timing is set so perfectly. That attack wasn't meant to kill me. She's kept me conscious and mobile, not because of Shinji's order, but of her own free will. Now, the range is perfect. I turn my body right before I hit the ground, straighten myself instantly, and grab the knife in front of me with my left hand. I catch it by the blade. I don't care about digging it into my hand because it's numb. I raise my other arm, without a thought for the pain. I punch him square in the face with my clenched fist. I throw away the knife. Trying not to look at the blood, I run to where Sakura is sitting. Sakura doesn't raise her head to look at me. She's trying to avoid talking to me. I don't know if it's because of Shinji or because of all the things I've hidden from her. All I can tell is that Sakura's body is hotter than this morning. It's fine. Let's talk later. We'll go home for now and... It's over. The match is decided, Shinji. Then I realize that Tosaka is behind me. After being wounded by Archer, Raider is crouching down on the floor. Her clothes are wet with blood. Even though it's not fatal, she shouldn't be able to continue fighting. Tosaka. Damn, that's not fair. You broke your promise, Emiya. I told you to come alone. Yeah, but that was an order, not a promise, right? Then I think it's illogical to call it unfair. That's sophistry. It's natural for him to come alone since he said he'll come alone. That's fine. We were together, but Emiya-kun didn't ask me for help. I came here because I wanted to. You're lying. Why are you here if he didn't get you? Emiya acted honest and tricked me. No, that's simple. I was next to him when you called. He had such a loud voice, Mato-kun. I was able to hear you even though Emiya-kun was trying to hide it. Do you understand now? There's no way I just sit there if Sakura has been kidnapped. You lured Emiya-kun and you at the price of making me your enemy. So you're here for Sakura too? Sakura. I don't believe this. Are you the same as Emiya? Look, I'm a master. If you're a master too, you shouldn't worry about Sakura. You should just be concerned about me. I see. Then why don't you make your servant fight? Archer only cut her stomach. He hasn't destroyed the core of her embodiment, her neck, or her heart. Go ahead and heal Raider if you're a legitimate master. Damn you. Shinji scrambles away and takes out a book. That's Shinji's command spell that burned up at the park. He still has it? Get up, Raider. It's your master's order. Get up and beat Archer. There's no reply. Ryder is crouching, motionless. A puddle of blood is under her, and the blood keeps flowing. She is the one who needs help right now. To order her to fight is to hasten her death. Damn. You're my servant, so fight until you die, you bitch. Shinji's fingers tighten on the book. That must be how he uses his command spell. With trembling movements, Ryder tries to stand. Stop. That's enough, Shinji. Give up. Ryder will die if you push her anymore. Servants don't die that easily. I'm taking Sakura back. Shinji does not relent. I let go of Sakura and rush him again. At that instant. No. No more. Sakura? I stop and turn back. Clutching her stomach, she moans as if in the throes of a nightmare. Shinji's book burns to ashes, just as it did last night. What? Wind blows inside the enclosed hallway. It's coming from Ryder, who is lying on the ground, and from Sakura, who is still crouching. No way. This is Ryder? Tosaka stands ready while Archer silently watches the enemy that stood up. Ryder is completely healed. The power flowing from her body is just like when she was at the Ryudo temple. Then, her figure disappears. Ryder suddenly disappears from my vision. Get down, Emiya-kun. The moment I duck, long hair flutters right above me. Ryder has instantly jumped with Sakura in hand. She lands opposite us, between Shinji and the rest of us. What are you doing? I ordered you to fight. No, there was no such order. As a servant, I merely protected my master. Ryder lets Sakura down and glances at Shinji. Her eyes are covered with a leather mask, and his expression is frighteningly cold. Don't be stupid. I'm your master. Why are you wasting time instead of protecting me? Shinji. A command spell appears on the body of a master. I have never accepted anyone who does not bear the holy sign as my master. What? You are a fraud. You have lost the book which granted you false ownership, so I can no longer obey you. Ryder turns away from Shinji. That motion tells Shinji that she will never look at him again. I see. So that's how it was, Ryder. Your guess is correct, Archer's master. You already knew, did you not? Yeah, I knew it was strange. There's no way one of the Matos would be chosen as a master. Their bloodline has grown thin, so no magi should be born to them. So it shouldn't be possible for Shinji, one of the Mato family, to become a master. But Ryder was summoned, and a person from the Mato household was chosen as a master. Yes, I thought Mato Doken summoned you and entrusted you to Shinji, but it's actually much more simple. Doken doesn't need to do anything, because the most appropriate person in the Mato household to be a master is... Tosaka isn't looking at Ryder. She is only looking at the legitimate successor of Mato. This generation's magus of the Mato line. It's you, Sakura. She's looking straight at Sakura. I can't say anything. Tosaka and Sakura. I can only look at them alternatively and try to figure out what was just said. My left hand hurts. My relaxed mind finally starts to inform me of the pain on my hand. I see. It seems my mind is calm. Tosaka's words and the sight of the command spell on Sakura's left hand have numbed my senses, but my mind isn't surprised at all. Only, why? Why did such a thing happen? Sakura is hanging her head as if trying to hide. Judging by her body language, she doesn't want me to know. Transfer of a command spell. A command spell ordering her to obey Mato Shinji, huh? Ryder became Shinji's servant with that, and you lost your right as a master at the same time, becoming an ordinary magus. So when I had you show me your arm, you'd already given your command spell to Shinji. Sakura doesn't answer and bites her lips. Then, damn again, Sakura. Give me the right to control her again. Shinji runs to her as if begging her. Hey, say something. You don't want to fight, right? You said you didn't want to be a master, so that's why I took over in your place. Why are you pretending to be a good girl now? His disguise as a brother is starting to fall apart. His fury is overflowing, but there's no need for me to stop him. Ryder, are you going to disobey me? You are not my master, Shinji. Even if you are her brother, if you intend to harm Sakura, I will kill you. Ryder releases him. Shinji backs away, clutching his arm where Ryder gripped it. I see. You'll regret that, Ryder. No matter what you say, everything will be back to normal when Sakura makes another book. You know what'll happen to you once you become my servant again? It's useless, Shinji. It's almost impossible to entrust a servant to a human, and someone that's not a magus at that. The transfer using the command spell made it possible. Yeah, there's the one more command spell. Sakura will listen to me, so that's why this is it. Sakura only has one more command spell. If you use it, you'll have no way to control Ryder. Ryder would be freed. You can't bind a servant with the fake right made with a command spell. It'll just burn your book like earlier, even if you order Ryder. What? Then yes, you lost your chance to be a master. No, you were never a master, as you were only controlling her using a fake command spell. A crack runs through. With a sound, the existence of Mato Shinji breaks. I see. So it was impossible from the beginning. I have no talent. The old man cast me aside as a failure, and I was pitied by my sister. It's only natural. I knew it. I knew from the beginning that I'm not suited. Don't worry about it, Sakura. This was all just a farce. I knew that I had no talent. You're the family's heir. There's no need for me to butt in. Yeah, I know. So Sakura, you continue. Fight them in my place. Look, Sakura, Emiya and Tosaka are enemies. If you're successor of Mato, then you know what you have to do now. Shinji, haven't you heard a thing I said? Sakura won't fight, and you have no right. We won't attack you since you don't have Ryder anymore. Just stay in hiding until the Holy Grail War ends. I'm not asking you. Come on, Sakura, listen to me. You're my dear sister, right? There's no reply. Sakura clenches her fist, turns her back to Shinji. I don't want to. Let's stop, Misa. And clearly refuses his order. Sakura, what did you just say? I don't want to. You broke your promise. You said you wouldn't kill Senpai, but you broke our promise. So, Sakura doesn't turn to look at Shinji. Shinji looks at it like it's someone else's matter and laughs. I feel a chill, and at that instant, then I'll let you have it your way. I hear the sound of glass breaking. Sakura falls. Her knees lose strength and she falls to the ground. Bye, Sakura. If you're gonna hold a grudge, don't hold it at me, but hold it against that old man. If you were gonna end up like that anyway, maybe it's better for you to be freed from that pain now. Shinji runs away. Sakura tears at her chest. Her earring breaks and chemical-like fluid is pouring out of it. She goes into convulsions. No, it's worse. Sakura is shaking so bad that it seems like she's going to crumble like a building in an earthquake. I don't get what's going on. In my worry, I run to her. Fool, don't you understand what's going on? Someone stops me. I don't know when he got there, but Archer is grabbing my shoulder. Get away from here. You will not be able to restore her if you feed her without care. Archer pushes me back and says something strange. Feed her? What do you mean? The question dies in my throat. The hallway tints red. The air becomes a mist, moistening their skin, and every wall starts to sweat like honey. My chest is burning. This air, this red world is a different world made by magic. This must be a boundary field that melts everything within its framework on this premise. Tosaka, this is... I can't breathe. No, the mist clogs my throat and burns me from the inside when I breathe. It's the boundary field Shinji set up here, but it's much stronger now that Sakura is Rider's master. I look. On the other side of the hallway is Sakura, clawing at her chest in agony. And Rider, who is confronting Archer to protect Sakura. Move aside, Rider. Your master is running wild. She will be addicted to it unless she is stopped before she gets a taste of another's magical energy. I refuse. My role is to protect my master. I cannot let you through as long as you are trying to kill Sakura. No. So you will stand there and let your master die. Your master is using up magical energy at a high rate. Do you understand she will certainly die if you leave her alone? No. She can avoid death if she takes in more magical energy than she loses. Fortunately, there are two magi here. Shinji escaped, but they cannot escape now. I should take your master before Sakura is consumed. So your character doesn't change even with a new master, huh? Seems you value yourself over other people's lives. That goes for you too. You are trying to protect your master by ignoring mine. I see. Then there's no need for either one of us to hold back. Archer charges. Without heed for the corrosive boundary field, he rushes at where Sakura still crouches on the ground. As he clashes with Rider, as she blocks his way. Are you okay with this, Tosaka? You started fighting with Rider. Of course they have to fight. We won't last like this, and as a fellow Magus, I have to prevent Sakura from becoming a heretic. Huh? Heretic? Are those people who use magic against the law of the association? Or people who cannot stop the magic circuit and destroy themselves? Wait, what is that? Why Sakura? She's running wild. Rider made this boundary field, but Sakura is the one maintaining it. I don't know what Shinji did, but Sakura is attacking indiscriminately now. I bet Sakura is like us. It's just painful and she wants to air. So she's sucking on other people's air, or magical energy in this case. I can't leave her as the supervisor of the fleet. You can't leave her be? What are you going to do to Sakura? Ask Archer. I only know one way to stop a Magus like that, but Archer might know of some other way. Well, we have to do something about Rider before that anyway. From what I can see, Archer is the stronger of the two, but it seems his output is down. His output is down? I look back into the hallway. Archer is overwhelming, even in my eyes. In terms of pure power, he is stronger. There's no way that Rider can hold him back. But it's strange. Rider's strength is her agility. She shouldn't be good at fights where she has to protect someone. Being forced to protect someone should put her at a disadvantage. Archer should have already defeated her and moved on to Sakura, but that's not the case. So could Rider be overwhelming him? Archer's sword swings through empty air, her hair flowing as she moves. Rider arches back and avoids the attack, then steps in and slashes at Archer. But Rider isn't the only one who attacks and defends at the same time. Archer repels Rider's dagger with his other sword and pushes her back. Advance and retreat. They are evenly matched. Archer cannot press forward. Rider cannot force him back, and they consequently clash swords without any progress. The impatient one is Archer. Though his enemy is weaker than him, he cannot repel her, and the boundary field is slowly taking his energy. And to add, Tosaka and I are at our limits. Just stopping at breath is painful. So being in the hallway stabs at our minds. At this pace, we'll fall before Archer defeats Ryder. Damn. Archer clucks his tongue in annoyance. There. I understand your power. I am sorry, but you cannot defeat me. Ryder stops and makes an announcement in a regretful voice. What? I said you cannot beat me. You are not using your normal phantasm. I do not know if your master has forbidden you from doing so, or if you are concerned for Sakura's safety. Regardless, if you will not use it, this is it. You cannot defeat me. Planting her feet, her only weapon, Ryder confronts Archer. She looks so defenseless in a match that could be decided if Archer attacked her now. I'm not worried for your master. I just think there is no need. And you cannot use your noble phantasm either. Mato Shinji was your master until now, so you do not have enough magical energy stocked up to use it. Yes, Shinji could not give me magical energy, so I cannot use my noble phantasm right now. That's right. There's no need to waste my magical energy against an opponent who will not use it. I will slash at you with my next attack. Proceed and slash that girl, and everything will end. Yes, let's say that's how it will be. It will be easier for me to kill you if that's the case. Ryder answers calmly. What does she intend to do? Without even readying her weapon, Ryder stands against Archer. No, Ryder. But stops when she hears the voice. Please endure there, Sakura. I will solve everything. Stop. Please stop, Ryder. I didn't call you for something like this. I cannot follow that order. Your life takes priority above all else. Ryder raises her arm. There's 4 meters between her and Archer. Maintaining that distance, the black servant puts her hand on her face and... Also, this is what you wished for, Sakura. She releases the black seal. Everything solidifies at that instant. Ryder's naked eyes. They are inhuman eyes, one of the highest rank among numerous mystical eyes. Gray eyes. They look like crystals, and they are too abnormal to be called eyeballs. The corneas do not take in light. The pupil sees the world through a square. The iris is solidified, not allowing the eyes to close. The millions of cells that make up the retina are composed of ether. Are they art that the gods admired, or are they nature that the gods cursed? Ryder's gray eyes are abnormal, and at the same time, too beautiful for any human to have. Archer is frozen in place. It must be because he saw her eyes from such close range. His eyes are frozen even if he wants to close them, and his arms are frozen even if he wants to cover his eyes. He tries to charge forward and slash at Ryder, but his legs are already petrified up to his knees. No way. Mystic eyes of petrification? Tosaka's voice is almost a scream. I can't tell what kind of face she's making. My eyes are also captivated by Ryder's mystic eyes, and I can't look away. My blood is thickening. The flow is solidified, and my senses are ceased. Mystic eyes. A single action magic that Magi have. It takes the eyes, passive receptors of the world, and makes them function actively to influence the world. It indiscriminately casts its magic upon anyone within sight, though the effect is vastly increased if the target meets your gaze. In short, it's something not to be looked at, and it is frightening magical nature that entraps anyone that looks at them. Their abilities and concealable nature make the mystic eyes proof of a first-rate magus. The technique to make one's own eyes into a magic circuit is close to that of a magic crest. But then, artificial mystic eyes only have strong enough powers to cast charm or whisper. Possessors of truly powerful mystic eyes are almost always born with them. Binding, coercion, contract, burning, illusion, extreme luck. Mystic eyes that directly intervene with another's fate are called noble color, and among them highest ranked are those eyes of purification. No magus of this age possesses these eyes. There are only a few magi that make petrification magic possible. How great a miracle is it to be possible to petrify others just by looking. Break a Gorgon. It is the curse of the gods sealed by the powers of the shrines. It is said that such evil eyes were only possessed by evil beasts and spirits in the age of the gods. The magical noble phantasm that can petrify people with its glance, the symbol of the heroic spirit Medusa. Get away, Rin! The real attack is coming. Archer screams, his body now petrified up to his waist. Beyond him, a dark red wave is expanding from well within Ryder, who has released her mystic eyes. Wait, even if you tell me, Tosaka is moving too slowly. Something terrible is flowing forth from the other side of the hallway. The wave becomes sharp like a spear and aims straight at Tosaka. She'll die. Tosaka must be more entranced than me, as she cannot even move a step. Unable to dodge, she will be impaled by the spear. With the scene of several seconds in the future in mind, I will wait till the next video.